Where can you get unbiased advice about investing? Welcome to Tea at Taxevity, where you get insights from insiders, our many clients and friends. I'm Pramod Sharma, your actuary at Taxevity. I help people transfer financial risks with life and health insurance. Our guest is Gord Kerr. Gord, what do you do when you're not being interviewed?
Well, thank you. I lead the investor education initiatives and investor outreach initiatives at the Investor Office of the Ontario Securities Commission.
What types of problems are you trying to solve in your office?
Well, the financial industry is so complicated, and there are so many new pieces of information coming to people on such a frequent basis. Our group really tries to sort through and provide unbiased information about both existing and ongoing issues and emerging issues, so that people have a source that they can come to and find a straight answer.
What makes your office unbiased?
Well, our office really it's funded by a regulatory body within the province. So, as opposed to being funded by industry or funded by, anyone specifically, we are there to be an unbiased source. We are created to be an unbiased source.
Okay, that's perfect, because as you mentioned, that is a challenge, getting information that is truly for the consumer's benefit.
Yeah, and that's exactly what our information is all about. We are really here to provide consumers and investors with the most straightforward, unbiased information we possibly can.
What approaches do you use to engage investors?
Well, thank you. We have a series of different approaches that we use. Many of them are online, but we also have some that are actual, go out into the community and meet people where they are. Let me talk a little bit about our online sources for a second. I would say, probably one of our core pieces is a website called getsmarteraboutmoney.ca.
Yeah, I've visited that site many times. It's a really good resource.
It is a tremendous source. It's a wealth of information. It's been in existence for a number of years at this point in time, but we continue to refresh it on virtually a daily basis to both, update the information that's there, bring fresh material, bring fresh visual approaches to what's there, to make sure that consumers can come and look for that information and find it fairly easily. So that's one of our core pieces, and it has, a really broad range of topics covered on getsmarteraboutmoney.ca. Everything from RSPs to TFSAs to money management to budgeting and so on and so forth. But let me tell you about a new site that we've just created that's a subsidiary of getsmarteraboutmoney.ca. It's called getsmarterreinvesting.ca, and it's much more specifically focused on investment topics, and it's a place where investors can go and take a look at a number of questions that other people have asked and see what kind of answers they received. And for an investor that has a question that they want to know more about, they can send it to us, and we've committed to a response within 7 days so that people can get straight answers straight from us on a very short turnaround basis.
Okay, that's excellent. So how does that work? You post a question and then the answer gets posted in the same place?
That's exactly right. So anybody visiting the site will see a number of squares on the page and they'll see really the questions of what previous visitors have asked. And if they click on that particular question, any particular question, they'll then be able to see the answer that was provided. But at the top of the page is also a place where any investor, any consumer, and we encourage that to happen, can send us their own question. And then we will take a look at it, provide a response, and post it.
That's refreshing. So you're doing things online. Are you doing things offline also?
Absolutely. One of our featured programs in the offline world is a program called OSE in the Community, or Ontario Securities Commission in the Community.
I saw that on your website. Yes, there's a whole calendar there.
There is. We've got quite a number of events lined up over the next number of months, and we look forward to that. This is a program where a couple of people from our office will go to a community anywhere in Ontario, really, where we've been invited to, and we'll put on a presentation. And our current presentation is called Protect Your Money. So it really is focused on providing good information around how investors can be aware of some of the issues that are circulating in the marketplace around things like investment scams or frauds and so forth, and really elevate people's confidence level about how they can recognize these things and potentially protect themselves from it. And importantly, and if people are seeing these things happen, how to tell us about it and let us know that there's something going on, sort of thing. It's always good for the enforcement officers and so forth in our group to know where there's something happening somewhere in the community. But these presentations really are quite engaging. And like I say, a couple of people from the office deliver them, and we'll have someone from our education office and someone from our protections branch or enforcement branch. And the combination of the two really help people get a really good handle on both the kind of information that they need to know and what we're doing to protect them along the way.
Mm-hmm. Because in my spare time, I'm on the board of Carp Etobicoke, and it looks like we'll be able to arrange an event too, which I think will be very beneficial for our members.
Absolutely, and in fact, that really leads to something else I wanted to talk about, which is the kind of partnerships that we form with various organizations to be able to deliver these sorts of presentations. So, CARP is one that we've done a number of presentations with over the last number of years, and is really a great audience for us to be able to kind of deliver this message, because unfortunately, seniors are being targeted for a number of different investment scams, and so to be able to deliver this presentation directly to groups of seniors is a very important thing for us to do. We have also partnered in the past with the Elder Abuse Network to be able to deliver a similar presentation. In fact, we were just up in one in Peterborough a couple of weeks ago and delivered a presentation to a very large audience, and really it's a very important message for that group to hear, and the feedback was very good.
Mm-hmm. What kind of responses are you getting to the work that's being done?
Well, it's interesting, and I'll follow on a couple of presentations that I've been to over the last month. I would say it's a universal thank you for being here and for sharing this information with us. Because while some of the information is information that people may have heard before, it's very refreshing for them to hear that, geez, that scam is circling around again, or here's who I call if I suspect something's not right, or how I might be a little bit more aware of something that I didn't know was going on. And so we tend to get universal thank yous for coming to communities and sharing this information.
And the fact that you're unbiased must be very important for the audiences too.
Well, I think you're right. I know that oftentimes presentations of this nature are sponsored by a particular organization, and obviously that's very important for those organizations to do those things. In our case, because we are unbiased, and we are part of an enforcement network, if you could say so, that people feel very confident and very open about sharing some of their other questions with us, and knowing that there's really no angle we have other than protecting individuals.
Mm-hmm. Is your overall approach to do things in collaboration with other groups, or to do things on your own?
Well, we'll work in both ways. I mean, we enjoy collaborating with a number of partners because there are so many other agencies that are really trying to do work to protect vulnerable populations, and we enjoy working with those groups. But we will also, we'll be in a presentation on our own if we need to be, just to make sure that we're reaching the audiences that we need to reach.
Mm-hmm. What's your key message for the people watching?
Well, really, it's we're here for investors. We are everything we do is designed to provide unbiased information, to listen to concerns, to help protect and increase the confidence of investors to go about their business. We have all of these web resources available, and the one place to go to be able to find all of them is www.investoroffice.ca. From that point, we can get to getsmarteraboutmoney.ca, getsmarterreinvesting.ca, and one other tool that I hadn't mentioned, which is our biweekly investor newsletter. People can sign up for our newsletter in that place as well. But if there's one place to remember, it's investoroffice.ca. All of our resources can be approached from there.
Thanks very much for dropping by.
Thank you.